I recently recalled a memory from years ago of when my husband and I were playing Stardew Valley on a co-op farm. After getting married and opting in to have a baby, we ended the day and woke up the next morning with an alien capsule in our front yard. We were confused and horrified. The timing of this random event, which only has a daily 0.8% chance of happening after year 2, felt like a cosmic prank. We froze and looked at each other. Is this our baby? The post I shared on Tumblr 2 weeks ago recalling this event was not meant to be all that significant. I share random shitposts all the time on my blog, and between my autistic rants about media I love, hate, and love to hate, and my art that's largely dedicated to redesigning and recreating that very same media. But that's the beauty of Tumblr. You see, there's no trained algorithm on Tumblr, no data hierarchy that picks and chooses who pops off and who flops. Everyone is on equal ground on Tumblr. Even if you gain thousands of followers on the site, other posts can easily outdo yours simply by the virtue of being funny or worth sharing. And that's because of Tumblr's strongest weapon, the reblog feature. When you reblog a post, you're sharing that post to your own blog for your own followers. And those followers too can reblog that post if they find it interesting enough, or if it's on theme with their own content, or if they want to just hop on a meme wagon. There are even friendly bots designed around reblogging, like the Haiku bot, which is designed to find 575 syllable patterns in posts and reshare them with the extracted text. And for better and for worse, once a post is reblogged, that version of that post cannot be edited and cannot be deleted. The original poster can choose to edit or remove it from their own blog, but the reblogs that were made prior to those changes will still exist, giving truth to the old saying, everything on the internet lasts forever. I've used this aspect of reblogs in conjunction with the Wayback Machine to dig up older art from creators whose blogs no longer even exist, art that I thought I'd never see again, and art that I didn't even know existed, art that could have been completely lost to time had it not been for the users 10 years ago who happened to appreciate it enough to reblog it themselves. This is what makes Tumblr a unique and engaging ecosystem for conversation and connection in a way that isn't really achievable on Twitter or Blue Sky. Reblogging stimulates the Tumblr economy in a way that the fancy AI algorithms on mainstream social media platforms can't. The reblogs, either in the main post body or in the tags. And that is how my Stardew Valley Alien Baby wound up with 7,000 reblogs in less than 2 weeks. This zero-effort shitpost that I wrote on a whim, recalling some dumb thing that happened to my husband and I in a video game years ago, became one of the highest-performing posts on my blog, surpassing my former top posts that I actually put effort into, like my Iron Lung Evangelion crossover painting and my meme redraw of the classic Don't Play Defense meme featuring fat-ass Kasane Teto. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda crashed out over this a little. Why was this post taking such a hold over all these internet strangers? I could have made it funnier, I could have drawn a comic version of it, but no, it existed in the form that it did because I wasn't sharing it for any particular reason. I just shared it for the sake of sharing a funny story, the same one would do on Facebook. But that didn't stop it from becoming my top post at 20,000 notes, with the rebloggers cheering it on, much to my disdain that out of all these posts I've ever made across the last several years of being on Tumblr, this was the one that was probably going to be the first to hit 100k notes. I can't be mad though, this is Tumblr in all its beauty, because the platform's mechanisms aren't built on algorithms and trends. Anyone and anything can earn thousands of views and comments and notes simply through the efforts of the Tumblr ecosystem and all the weirdos that inhabit it. Because of this feature that the site is built around, Tumblr is one of the last remnants of an age of the internet that no longer exists, an age where creators really could start from zero and still get noticed. Before ProZD played Ratatosk in God of War, before Strange Aeons taught us the virtue of research, before Neil Gaiman turned out to be a total fucking scumbag, they were on Tumblr and owe so much of their fame and reputations to their roots on this platform. I woke up at 10:45 this morning. Relatively early for me, as someone who works late and sleeps in until at least 1 in the afternoon. Normally that would have been the case, but I had to take my cat to the vet so she could get a checkup. After we got her back home, we took a drive around town to run some errands, pharmacist to make sure my husband isn't dying of strep throat. He's fine, just a bad cold and cough. Gas station where gas is now $1.65 a liter. Thanks for that, Trump. Tim Hortons for some shitty coffee and assorted Timbits, which, of course, is predominantly made up of the overstocked flavors no one ever specifically asks for. But hey, they're doing roll up the rim on the cups again, so that's good. Home just in time for me to set up for my tattoo session in my private studio. I actually had a pretty busy day ahead. 5 people who all work together at our regular pub down street. They all want shamrocks for St. Paddy's Day. For a lot of them, it's their first tattoo. They all do great, they tip well, and I send them on their way. It's been a busy day, but I've still had time to check my Tumblr on my phone during my downtime. But now it's time to relax, open up a new tab on my desktop, and respond to some asks on Tumblr. But instead, my attention is grabbed by my feed, specifically a post from Tumblr staff that's been reblogged by a mutual. Reblogs in a chain, now getting their own notes. I'm not really sure what that means on the onset, but I continue reading anyways. And as I read it, it starts to click. Separate posts get their own replies and reblogs. Well, that sounds interesting. But wait, people can't see the number of notes on their posts? But it's not supposed to be affecting posts made prior to the change, so maybe... Oh no. Tumblr just killed my Stardew Valley Alien Baby. Everything I talked about from the first part of this video, everything I explained regarding Tumblr's reblog feature, as of this morning at approximately 10:43 a.m. EST, 2 minutes before I woke up to start my day, before I had any idea what was awaiting me, everything that was functional and perfect about Tumblr's reblog system, that kept it from turning into another Twitter clone, that made Tumblr, is now gone. Replaced with a new system that divides notes into the respective reblogs of the original. Now, when someone reblogs my posts, it only counts the reblogs that came directly from my post. If someone reblogs from another person who reblogged my post, I do not receive the notification. My original note count remains the same. If someone likes a reblog of my post, only they receive the like. My likes remain the same. If someone comments, only they see the comment. My comment section remains the same. If someone reblogs the 3rd or 4th or 10th person in the reblog chain with their own new addition in the post body or tags, nothing. Yesterday, I was used to seeing my inbox full of fat-ass Kasane Teto, Markiplier Shinji, and most of all, my precious Stardew Valley Alien Baby. A community of 17,000 people, and growing, had come to call him Clark Kent in their reblogs, and that made my husband and I Ma and Pa Kent. It wasn't the life we wanted, but it was the life we earned. But that was yesterday. Today is March 16th, the day after the Ides of March, and my Stardew Valley Alien Baby has just been stabbed and gutted open, its innards removed and separated across every reblog that has ever been made to share it, left only with 882 reblogs. 20,000 notes have just disappeared off the face of the earth. They're not gone. They're not deleted. They have not fallen victim to the fabled broken notes glitch. Those notes, numerical proof of all my earned reblogs, comments, and likes, the guts of my Stardew Valley Alien Baby, have been thrown about in all directions, across all corners of a website that's suddenly become a hostile environment to me. Its once clear streets and readable signage has become a dark labyrinth of twisting pathways connected only by the reblogs of reblogs of reblogs that I must now navigate blindly and with care. Post by post by post. My own media, my posts, my art, my thoughts, in their own way, have become lost. All because Tumblr decided I no longer needed access to a map which could guide me to all the places my post has ended up. Now some other chronically online asshole somewhere out there in the void has the majority of the notes on my fucking post. And it's not because that chronically online asshole intentionally stole and reposted my content. Tumblr stole it out from under my nose and reposted it all on their own on the behalf of everyone who's ever reblogged it. And that was just a shit post about a Stardew Valley Alien Baby. Nothing really all that valuable aside from general internet tomfoolery. I wasn't even expecting that post to get to 17 reblogs, let alone 17,000, so functionally speaking, it's not really any skin off my back. But I have art on this blog. Thousands of users have art on their blogs, paintings, digital creations, video content, independent content that has earned hundreds, if not thousands of notes, that has undoubtedly now been stripped down to double or even single digits. Once again, like most superfluous updates on social media platforms, the artists are the ones who are being abandoned. And look, that Stardew Valley Alien Baby was dumb, but it was my Stardew Valley Alien Baby. And collectively, it was the Stardew Valley Alien Baby raised by 20,000 users who shared it around proudly. You didn't just pick a fight with the wrong parent, Tumblr. You picked a fight with the wrong fucking village. Oh, this is just the beginning, is it, Tumblr? Is that what you think? Alright then, sure. Let's play it your way. This is just the beginning. The beginning of the end. Of your fucking careers.
How?